All right, welcome back everyone to History for the Ages. My name's David, and I did a quiz, a general quiz of history, which turned out to be a little bit harder than I thought. At the time I'm recording this, no one's gotten 30 out of 30 yet. So I thought I would do another one, and of course I'll leave the link in the descriptions if you want to give that one a try. Just on World War II, a little bit different, give you a little bit more multiple choices. It might be a little bit easier, but you'd still got to know your stuff to get 20 out of 20. So we're going to go through all of these questions, 20 questions, see how many of them you can get right and how much you know about World War II. I do have an entire playlist on World War II on my channel as well. So if you're really into World War II and you want to learn the whole thing, you can go follow just not any specific lecture, but you could follow the entire playlist I have, and I'll leave that in the descriptions as well. All right, so with that, let's get going and see how much you know about World War II. We'll start with some easy questions and then we'll get them a little bit harder. All right, so Mussolini was the ruler of what nation during World War II and, of course, before the war? And the answer to that was Italy, right? So hopefully most of you know that. Mussolini was from Italy. All right, here we go. Question 2. The invasion of which nation led to the official start of World War II? Was it England, France, Poland, or Russia? And the answer to that was Poland, right? And that was in 1939. Even though Hitler was doing things before 1939, even expanding and moving into other territories, it wasn't until he invaded Poland that the war officially started. Question 3. The Allies invaded which part of Europe on D-Day? And the answer to that, I gave you two choices. Normandy, right? D-Day invasion, Normandy. Again, these are pretty easy questions. I'm hoping the first three you've all gotten. Question 4. When was Pearl Harbor attacked? And of course, that is December 7th, 1941. That's one of those dates. I tell my students you don't need to memorize dates in my class, but there are a few dates you should know. And so obviously Pearl Harbor, December 7th is a good one to know. All right, next one. Question 5. Who was the president of the United States when Pearl Harbor was attacked? And again, I would think most people would know that. President of the United States during World War II, through most of the war until, of course, the very end, and that was Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR, Franklin Roosevelt. All right? All right, good. Question 5. Here we go. Question 6. The atomic bomb was the first atomic bomb was dropped on what city? And that was, of course, Hiroshima. I also have a video I made recently reviewing the movie Oppenheimer. If you haven't seen that, it's a very popular video I have on my channel. Great movie. But if you want to know like what parts of the movie were historically accurate and what weren't, I actually cover that in the movie, in my video as well. So you can find that on my channel also. All right, question 7. Who led the D-Day invasion? And the answer to that was it A. Eisenhower, B. Patton, or C. Montgomery? And the answer to that was Eisenhower. Eisenhower led the invasion. All right. All right, question 8. Now we're going to make them a little bit more difficult, right? Who was the Prime Minister of England that allowed Hitler to take over the Sudetenland? And if you see on the map here, the Sudetenland, you can see where area Germany is. Czechoslovakia, right in between the two, there was a little sliver of land known as Sudetenland. And the answer to that is a man named Neville Chamberlain. So Neville Chamberlain, he was the Prime Minister of England. And he was, of course, the one who was known for appeasing Hitler and one of the core reasons why World War II started. I have a very detailed lecture on that as well as part of my World War II series if you watch that playlist. All right, question 9. Where were over 300,000 British soldiers rescued? And so this is an amazing story at a place called Dunkirk. Dunkirk is the answer. There's a very famous movie that came out a few years ago. Same guy who made Oppenheimer, actually. The little ships of Dunkirk, where they had to send British civilian ships across the channel to bring these soldiers home. 300,000, absolutely stunning moment in World War II. And again, part of my World War II series lectures. All right, question 10. Who led the German forces at the Battle of El Alamein? So that's a little harder, but the answer is a man named Erwin Rommel. His nickname was the Desert Fox. And this was a battle in Egypt, very important because of the Suez Canal there, and many people look at this as one of those key battles that was a turning point in World War II. All right, question 11. Hitler wanted to invade England through a military operation that never took place. What was the name of that operation? And I love this image. This was actually during the Battle of Britain, where England was bombed, and they still put this sign up, business as usual, and they still go to work. But the name of the operation that never took place was Operation Sea Lion. This was his plan to invade England. He was never able to do it because he was never able to defeat the RAF, and the British people, would not break. So that was pretty cool. All right, question 12. Which of the following was not one of the 5 landing beaches that were part of the D-Day invasion? So there's 6. Which one wasn't? Gold, Silver, Juno, Sword, Utah, and Omaha. The one that wasn't was Silver. The other 5 were the landing beaches. Right. Question 13. What was the name of the famous German resistance nest that the American Rangers stormed during the morning of D-Day? So this is really cool, a place I've been to. The image I used in the beginning was actually a bunker from this place called Point de Hoc. Very amazing story. These Rangers had to climb these cliffs, which you can see are like 90 degrees, and they got to the top to fight off the German forces there. One of the best part of the stories I have on my World War II lectures. Okay. Question 14. What was the name of the operation Germany's operation to invade Russia? What was the name of the operation of Germany's invasion into Russia? And it was called Operation Barbarossa. It was named after an old monarch of the Holy Roman Empire of Germany back in the Middle Ages, Operation Barbarossa. Question 15, about how long did the Battle of France last? And again, I made this one a little bit of a multiple choice here. Is it 6 days, 6 weeks, or 6 months? And the answer to that was 6 weeks. It didn't take very long, and the French fell pretty quickly during this period of time. All right, question 16. I have a little 2-minute short video on this, so maybe if you've seen that video, you know the answer to this. But what is the name of the top secret location that was used to break the German codes? And it's a place called Bletchley Park. Very cool little story. I have a little it's not part of my World War II series, but I have like a little 2-minute video. I have 2-minute shorts that I did just on Bletchley Park. If you don't know it, you can watch that as well. All right, what was the name of the longest battle of World War II? And maybe this map's kind of a little hint and gives it away, but we call it the Battle of the Atlantic. It went for many years. Again, I have a video on that in my World War II series lectures. Really important battle. Without the Battle of the Atlantic, D-Day never happens. All right, question 18. What was the name of the first concentration camp? And so I gave you 3 choices, Auschwitz, Dachau, and Buchenwald. And the answer to that is Dachau, actually. That was the first one. A lot of people think Auschwitz because it's the most infamous, probably. All 3 were, of course, horrific, but it was Dachau that was the first one. All right, question 19. What was the code name for the invasion of Normandy? The code name for the D-Day invasion, and it was called Operation, and name Operation, and the answer is Operation Overlord. All right, last question. Hope you're doing well. What was the name of the largest tank battle during the war? Was it the Battle of Stalingrad, the Battle of Kursk, or the Battle of the Bulge? And the answer is B, Battle of Kursk. I never can pronounce that well, but it is the answer B. That was the longest battle of the war. All right, so how'd you do, right? So if you got 18, 19, 20, you really know your World War II history incredibly well. I'd say even if you got over 16, you know more than definitely most people out there. If you got your 12 to 18, at least a little bit, I think if you got less than that, 10 to 12, maybe watch more of my videos. And if you got like less than, let's say like 7 or something, maybe go ask for a refund from your history teacher or something, because I would hope most people at least got 6 or 7 of these right. All right, well, let me know in the comments how you did, and we'll go from there. Hopefully you enjoyed this one as well. Watch the other ones. I'll leave some links in the description to some of this stuff. Hope you had fun with it. All right, everyone, have a great day.